What is going on, guys? It's Archery. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with my GLDL Week 5 match versus Trunks, coach of the Koffing Smokers. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit quiet today. People are asleep, my family's sleeping at my house, so I gotta stay a little bit quiet. But you know, I figured I'd pump out this video for you guys tonight. As you guys can notice by the graphic right here, I have my new team, and I'm very excited to use it. I think it's more hyper offensive and less balanced, which is more my style. I like hyper offensive, either trick room or fast, and I have elements of both. So I'm really excited to use this team. Let's look at the matchup. So I'm going up against Trunks, who has a team of Rillaboom, Snorlax, Alolan Marowak, Slowbro, Komodo, Butterfree, Magnezone, Torracat, Slurpuff, Mawile, and Lantern. So I have a lot of experience with a lot of these Pokemon, and let me just tell you right now, his team's pretty scary, on paper at least. So I'm looking to try and pull out a win this week. I don't know if I can or not, but matchup wise it's kind of tough. So I have studied his game a little bit, and he likes to bring Trick Room, and I think Trick Room versus me is pretty solid. I think his Trick Room runs under Trick Room beat mine, at least in like a 2v2 or a one-on-one matchup. And on top of that, he's got the Slurpuff support with Rillaboom for the Unburden proc with the Grassy Seed, so I think that's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cool options. I really like his team, and it'll be a fun matchup this week. So let's kind of talk about the game plan here going into it. So I have Dragapult, and he has no switch-ins into it. So what I was thinking about doing is, since Dragapult naturally outspeeds everything on his team, if I'm adamant with 12 speed EVs, it takes that little to outspeed everything on his team. I can basically run max HP, and I noticed that, and so I'm like, I think coaching would be great here with Sock. So I could run Scarf Sock with coaching on max HP Dragapult, and I can just have a huge, bulky, just threat, and he can't really deal with it. So as long as I can deny him Trick Room, I think it's a pretty easy win with Dragapult. I know he's a good player, so it's not necessarily easy, but I mean on paper, I mean. So I'm also putting the Assault Vest on there because I was running I needed 4 coverage moves. I needed Dragon, Steel, Flying, and Ghost to hit everything on his team. And I figured that Assault Vested with coaching as a max Dragapult is just a huge threat for him. He cannot OHKO it. Not even a +1 Phantasm from Marowak can OHKO max Dragapult at +1. Kind of crazy. Or +1 defense, I mean. So I'm excited. Another thing that I noticed was Primarina also matched up really well versus him offensively, in and out of Trick Room. I think it's pretty solid under Trick Room. The mons that threaten it would be faster than it, so I feel like I could take advantage of that a little bit. Intimidate cycling was going to be crucial for me this week. All the mons that threatened Dragapult were physically offensive for the most part, and I was AV to cover the special side. Coaching boost also helped me out if Intimidate isn't available, and I'm talking about Intimidate on Luxray. So the main 4 that wins me the game on paper are the Dragapult Sockley, which is what we discussed, and the Luxray and Rindoberry Primarina in the back. So I also brought the Gigalith and the Gigalith and Mr. Mime, just for flexes, just in case something caught me off guard, or he brought some wonky set and I needed to have a little backup issue, or backup plan, I mean. Mr. Mime was basically there to reverse Trick Room if he went for it, and Gigalith was there, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Gigalith was there for a potential Trick Room sweeper. It underspeeds everything that he has under Trick Room and hits at mostly everything for super effective damage, so I thought it was pretty solid to bring, especially since I knew he was going to be wanting to try and set up a Trick Room mode for either Marowak or Slowbro or Snorlax or whatever. You know, let's just get right into the game. Alright, let's just get right into the game. So as you guys can see, he brought Rillaboom, Slurpuff, Slowbro, Alolan Marowak, Butterfree, and Magnezone. So this is relatively what I expected. I was not expecting the Slurpuff or Magnezone very much, but the other 4 were kind of obvious to me. So, you know, I kind of expected the Snorlax a little bit, but we'll see what he does here in a second. So I know what I'm bringing, most definitely. I'm just trying to think about what I can do versus the Rillaboom Slurpuff League, which is actually what I expected game 1. I love your training card, by the way. I think it's really sick. Just letting you know. Okay, so we're looking at his lead. It's Slowbro Butterfree. So I lead the Dragapult Sock, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, so he's gonna Rage Powder Trick Room. And I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to try and position myself in a better way? I don't have Gigalith, so this isn't really that great for me. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Dragapult wins on paper. I'm just gonna max Phantasm the Slowbro, keep him honest, and then go for the coaching. Fun fact, I don't think he knew that. Not a lot of people know this. I don't know for sure if you didn't know this, but not a lot of people know this, that coaching cannot be redirected. I think that's a really cool little interaction that I think people don't really know about, but coaching cannot be redirected. So if they follow me and I'm coaching my own Pokemon, it won't be redirected into the follow me user. And that goes for Rage Powder too. So I actually get the boost off with Dragapult. So this is actually big for me. Because I get the boost coming in, and I know he wants to switch in the Marowak under Trick Room, and at +1 I can live whatever he wants to go for, so brings Butterfree down to its Sash, no surprise there, and he gets Trick Room up. So the defense rep on Slowbro is actually big for me, also, later in the game you'll see. So he gets Trick Room up, so now I'm trying to think about, okay, how do I stall out this Trick Room? I don't have Protect on Dragapult, so the Sleep Powder seems pretty obvious, and since I'm coaching, I don't really want to stay in with Sock. Considering he's just going to put my thing to sleep, and I think he's going to go for a Psychic move onto me. So I thought Primarina could take the hit a little bit better, so I switch out the Sock into Primarina to take the potential either Sleep Powder or Psychic move, so he goes for the Psyshock. Expected, Primarina takes it pretty good. So he goes for the Sleep Powder and Dragapult, which is unfortunate, but I got the boost off, and I got the defense drop on the Slowbro, which is the whole point. I just love coaching into this matchup and getting the defense drops with Phantasm, which is just huge for me. So I'm expecting another, maybe a Sleep Powder into the Primarina, so I just Protect, and then he goes on to Rillaboom, which I'm like, okay. So I think he's going to max either Slowbro or Rillaboom here. I'm not really sure what he's planning on doing. He brought in the Rillaboom kind of weirdly, maybe predicting a water move from the Primarina or something, maybe a Hyper Voice. So I actually fortunately wake up and get another defense boost on the Dragapult here. So I'm currently sitting at +2 on the Dragapult, which is huge for me. Unfortunately, it is under Trick Room, so I take a lot of damage here if he tries to hit me. So I believe I switch out into Luxray here. Like I said before, the Intimidate cycling is going to be huge for me if I can start getting Intimidates off on the things like Rillaboom and Marowak. So I believe I switch Dragapult into Luxray here, and then Ice Beam the Rillaboom slot. I believe that's what happens. Yeah, I believe I switch Luxray in here, and Ice Beam the Rillaboom. I'm predicting them to either switch out Slowbro or Protect it. So he gives me Butterfree, which is cool. No more redirection for him. Unfortunately, I totally could have Phantom Forced the Slowbro there, but I wanted to play it safe. So good on him for the switch, and he just sacked off the Butterfree, which is actually a good play on his part, all things considered. So I go for the Ice Beam on the Butterfree, which is big. First KO of the game, so he has no more redirection. Good news here is I think at this point he only has one more turn of Trick Room, which is big for me, because now I believe I can just double Protect here, and I don't really have to worry about, I believe he has one more turn. It's going to happen really fast because the gameplay is sped up, but I'm almost positive he has one turn of Trick Room left. Yeah, only one turn. So I double Protect here in order to try and stall the Trick Room, and he brought in the Marowak, so I'm assuming he's going to max it, and then the following turn I know he's going to have to try and get Trick Room up, so he's either going to Protect the Marowak and Trick Room, or he's just going to all-out attack me. So I'm thinking one turn ahead here, so how do I beat this Marowak? The question is, can I beat it while stalling out his max and preventing Trick Room? So that's the big question here, and this is where the defense drop from earlier comes clutch for me, because what I do here is I crunch into the Slowbro, and I Moonblast into it the following turn. He gets a Quake off, it's a crit. Doesn't really matter all that much. I wouldn't live another hit that he went for anyway, no super effective, so yeah, so basically, this is where the state of the match is. He has no more Trick Room. I'm in with Luxray and Primarina versus Marowak, Slowbro. So I ran Crunch on Luxray specifically for this matchup. It was Slowbro next to Marowak with Lightning Rod. So regardless of what happens, unless he's Colbur, he dies here. Especially since he's -1, that's a lot of damage. I get the defense drop, doesn't matter. And I go for Moonblast and take out the Slowbro. So No more Trick Room for him. And he goes for the Flare into Luxray, I believe. Yeah. Takes on my Luxray, which is fine by me. Weakens my Hydro Pump from Primarina here, but it's okay. I'm okay with this. I know I can come in with Dragapult and basically just win here. I know he's got Rillaboom in the back, but as long as I can take out the Marowak, and I'm good to go since I know I'm Primarina, so I can live one hit. On top of that, I have Sawk back, so as long as I can KO this Marowak, I can come in and KO the Rillaboom with either Ice Punch or CC. So I'm pretty confident right now. What I think I do here, I think I Phantom Force with Dragapult and Protect Primarina, predicting a Fake Out. But he actually reads the Protect on Primarina, I think, and he goes for the Grassy Glide into the Dragapult, which is cool. So I Phantom Force, targeting the Marowak, and it goes through Protect. So this is his last turn of Dynamax, which means that the Phantom Force will 100% KO the Marowak next turn. So as long as I Ice Beam into the Rillaboom slot, I win this game. So that's basically what I do. I target down the Marowak and I Ice Beam the Rillaboom. If I don't kill the Rillaboom here with the Ice Beam, I 100% live the Woodhammer from Banded. I think I live Banded Woodhammer from Rillaboom in grassy terrain with this Reno Berry, which is awesome. And he actually just goes for the Glide, so I don't think he has the Woodhammer. Go for the Ice Beam, doesn't quite KO, but then Dragon Ball can just Dragon Claw the game or the turn after and win. So pretty convincing game 1 for me. I'm already starting to think about what would happen game 2. Since I didn't see the Slurpuff Rillaboom lead, I was expecting a game 2. So I was pretty close to leading something different, but I was thinking to myself, okay, the coaching on Dragapult just wins on paper, just go with it. So as you can see, I was thinking about leading the Luxray Sawk, because in order to deny Trick Room, Luxray has Safety Goggles, which means I can ignore the Rage Powder. And at +1, I OHKO Slowbro with Max Lightning. So that was kind of another option I had to deny Trick Room, but the Dragapult one just won me the game in general almost every single time. So I was going for that, most likely. So going into game 2, I wasn't really sure what he was going to lead. Rillaboom Slurpuff was definitely an option, and he does lead that. So I see no reason not to go for the Steel Spike into Slurpuff. I think what he's going to go for here is like a Dazzling Gleam, Grassy Glide into Sawk. So I figured that he wasn't going to target down the Dragapult with anything, so I thought he was just going to target down the Sawk, since he can actually technically outspeed it with Unburdened Slurpuff and Grassy Glide, and I wasn't sure on the calc, so I figured it would be more safe to switch in Luxray and get the Intimidate on the Rillaboom to put my Dragapult in a better spot. I didn't necessarily need Coaching Boost versus this lead because I hit both of them for super effective. Plus the Intimidate's really nice considering that he could either max, like he could be physical Slurpuff or he can max Rillaboom here. I thought that switching in the Intimidate was really safe, so I maxed the Dragapult, get the Intimidate off, which is amazing for me. And I go for the Steel Spike into the Slurpuff. So I see he's maxing, so I wasn't really sure what he was maxing. It could have been Slurpuff, could have been Rillaboom, but he does max the Rillaboom, and I know from prep that I win this 1v1 every single time, especially with the Intimidate, and especially with this defense boost I'm about to get. So he goes for the Thief, and I'm like, oh. So I definitely could have just stayed in and OHKO'd this Slurpuff here with the coaching boost. But you know what, it's okay. I don't think I would have OHKO'd. I would have been close though. So he goes to the Max Darkness, and as you can see, I am eating it up. He's -1 and I'm +1. I'm taking less than 30% from that Max Darkness from a Rillaboom, Max Attack Adamant Rillaboom. Kind of crazy to me, to be honest with you. So I understand that I kill the Slurpuff here with the Phantasm, and I can just Ice Fang the Rillaboom for free. If he kills the Luxray here, I'm okay with it, or if he targets it, I don't think he lives because I'm at +1 and he is -1. So I thought the Ice Fang into Rillaboom here was free. I didn't really expect him to protect because I didn't show the Airstream yet. So for all he knows, I could have had Protect or something else on it. So as you can see, I get the Ice Fang out, that's great damage. You'll see later how that's huge damage for me. So I don't actually know what he goes into here. But all I know is that I'm in a great position right now. He goes Marowak, okay. So I think I immediately airstream into Rillaboom and crunch the Marowak, predicting the Protect on Marowak. And at, I think, I don't know, I think at -1, and if I'm at +1 and he's at -1, I think I OHKO Rillaboom with airstream. But he was at -1, so I figured I'd get the damage off on it. And he doesn't. He actually makes the read and he goes into Magnezone, so good on him for that. He protects with Marowak, so really good plays on his part. He's not really in that great of a position now, but we both are down our Dynamax, and I'm getting boosted like crazy. And the air balloon's gone, even though I didn't bring sand, so it's okay. So, looking at this matchup now, I'm pretty boosted on Dragapult. I know I can Phantom Force into the Marowak slot for free. No matter what he does, he's either taking damage on the Rillaboom or he's dying to the Phantom Force. So I decided to make a pretty aggressive play. I know for sure he's not going for an electric move into Luxray, and I know he's not targeting that down. So I go for the Phantom Force, and I bring in Sock, kind of aggressively. So he goes for Iron Defense, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen much of that. So he goes to the Bone Ring into the Luxray slot, and I have a calc here, and it says that you're doing 79 to 90% with that, as long as you don't crit. So that's kind of unfortunate considering that Sock will be at no HP. But later on you'll see that the damage doesn't really change the game. He brings in the Rillaboom to take the Phantom Force. So I actually can 2-hit KO him after the Ice Fang damage with the Phantom Force, which is big for me. So now he has to choose between Rillaboom and Marowak, and as long as I keep Phantom Forcing into that slot, I win the game. Especially since he hasn't revealed that he can hit the Dragapult yet. So theoretically, I can just keep Phantom Forcing and win this game. So all the chip on Magnezone's nice. So I just Phantom Force into the Rillaboom slot, and I think I switch into Primarina here. Or Luxray. I think I go Luxray here for the Intimidate. I'm assuming he's Body Press since he revealed the Iron Defense. So I get the Intimidate off on the Rillaboom and the Magnezone, which is sweet. And at this point, it's just basically choosing what dies to this Phantom Force, you know? So now he's choosing the Marowak. Goes with the Body Press into the Luxray. Again, hasn't shown that he can hit the Dragapult yet. He has not revealed a Steel-type move, so I'm pretty confident. I think I just go for the Crunch into the Magnezone and the Phantom Force into the Marowak. So basically, I'm just sacking off Luxray here. I'm not really worried about losing Luxray. I just need to get a good switch into Primarina. He has not revealed an electric move yet, and since he had Marowak in, I figured that it would be okay to go for the Primarina switch here, or something like that, because he can't use electric moves next to his own Lightning Rod. So he goes to the Body Press, takes out my Luxray, which is good. So then I get a free switch into Primarina here, and he will be next to Lightning Rod, so I can kind of just do what I want freely. I know he can't hit Dragapult, and I know the Iron Defense won't be enough to boost the Body Press to be able to do significant damage into the Primarina. So I'm in a really comfortable spot right here. I'm predicting that he just protects the Marowak, but he can't because I just Phantom Force. So I go for the Hydro Pump into Magnezone, and I Phantom Force here. I think he knows that he lost. GG to Trunks, basically. And then he Thunderbolts here, and he's not even Lightning Rod, so I'm thinking to myself, wow, I could have done a lot more damage earlier if I would have known that. So he actually knocks me into Torrent, and I think that actually mattered there. The Torrent boost on the Hydro Pump, I think that actually mattered. I don't know. I don't know his set, but he does take out my Primarina here, and I know that I win here because I can just Phantom Force the following turn and Throat Chop with Socks, so no matter what, it KOs. So again, GG to Trunks. This game was pretty fun to play. Big win for me, coming back from the unfortunate week last week. I took an L to Rainbow last week. Good bounce back for me, I think. I think this kind of shows that I can actually compete in this league. After taking a pretty big loss, I lost 2 out of Rainbow last week. So I think this kind of redeems me a little bit. Trunks is a great player. He played great. I just thought that my prep was great. I think I played good enough to win. So basically, that's pretty much it. I just want to say GG to Trunks again. He was a really good sport after that. We were talking. He wishes that he brought Snorlax. I was really really scared of Snorlax, and I was specifically having trouble positioning Sock to not get killed before the CC could O-code the Snorlax. I was also scared of Curselax, which he has brought a couple times this season, I believe. So anyways, he was also Kasib on Slowbro. I did not know this. I never had to attack the Slowbro with Dragapult. I just crunched and Moonblast it game 1. And then game 2, I don't remember what killed it per se. But, you know, it is what it is. He played pretty good. This is a big win for me, like I said. First win with a new team. Always happy to try out new Pokemon and stuff like that. So that's basically it for me. GG to Trunks once more. Next week we play Burst, a friend from the MDL. So I'm actually really excited for that game. I'm currently 1-1 since I've been in this league. I think currently I am 2-3 overall since I took over this team in week 3, and he didn't play week 4. So I lost that one and won this one. So technically I'm 2-3 right now, trying to make that playoff spot. I think I can bring it back. I think my team saw it. I think I can prep good enough to compete in this league. And yeah, like I said, that's basically it. Hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night, guys.